Hi guys, I'm back. So is everybody back? Okay, so before I move forward, were you successfully able to set up the list with subscribers? And guys, I would request you to please respond. If you do not respond, I will not know what is happening and what is not. If you're understanding, not understanding, I will not know. So again, for your own benefit, please respond when I ask questions. Jagdish is saying created the list. As far as I know, um, Rikin and Ravindra had also created. Uma Maheshwar, I'm not sure if you're there because I haven't got a single reply from you. Yeah, Rikin, I mean, if you put in valid email addresses and if the emails were sent and if you have, um, gone ahead and verified those email addresses, you would see subscribers there. But if you have not given the right email addresses, then yeah. Rikin is saying not got any emails on those two IDs. I did on my own emails. Okay, Rikin, can you just send in your user ID and password? I can probably have a look and then see what is causing the issues. Okay, Umameshwar is saying only problem with net connection. Okay. All right, so probably you can watch the recorded video once this class is complete. So it can ideally it should either accept it or it should tell you that you know what an email has been sent. Either of these two things. Check your spam folder. It might have gone to spam as well on your own email address. It is not possible that you did not receive the emails and it's still, yeah. Sorry, not added. Now added. Yeah, I mean that's what I thought so. All right. So let's look at sign up forms, which means that these are forms that are created which can be put into your website. Okay. So if I go to forms, oops. So what I need to do is once I create a list, go to sign up forms. You'll see here is a drop down. You see sign up forms, and then you select embedded forms. Now embedded forms are nothing but HTML code that can be put in up as a part of your website, where they go and key in the information. It directly gets added to a list. Okay, so basically this is something that you would see. So if you go to when you set up the form and then if you go to embedded form, you will see this. You'll see classic, super slim, naked, and advanced. So it basically use either classic or super slim, and then you can say that a title for your form is subscribe to our mailing list, email address, subscribe. So all that you need to do, this is how the form will look, and then if you want to go ahead and have this functionality on your website, all you need to do is copy this particular code. You need to copy this code and paste it to your page. Okay, so I'll just show you an example of how can we do that. So if I come here and then I come to MailChimp and go to lists, view list, and then I go to sign up forms. I go to form, then I go to embedded forms. Okay, this is how a classic mail looks like. I'll go to super slim this time. Okay, subscribe to our mailing list. I can put a form width. Now what I need to do is I need to copy this particular code and then put it on the website. So they've shared the user ID and password for the website. So let me just go to 7ctours.net. And then go to /wp-admin. So let me quickly log in. So this is what you need to do. So once you go to embedded forms, you have to come here, super slim, pick up this particular piece of code, and then add it to your web page. Okay. So we go to pages, click on all pages. Okay, there's a contact us page. Let me just quickly go there. Okay, so I'll just go to text and I'll just remove this and then I'll add this. So I'll copy this and I'll publish it. Okay, so basically I need to go to text and then click on update. Okay, so here, if I go to this particular page now, I will get this particular form. See here, subscribe to our mailing list. So again, if I say abc@abc.com, I'll say subscribe. It'll ask me for email address cannot be added, please. Okay, it is saying it's not a valid. We're saying before you subscribe, you need to confirm you're a human. I'm not a robot. Subscribe to list. Almost finished. We need to confirm your email address. So to complete the subscription process, please click on the link below. So this is, I've just given information about what it is. Okay. And then the email that was sent to you. So I've checked in for a double opt-in, which means that I subscribed. Now it will go to the person's email address. If they go ahead and say that yes, it is a valid email address, it will get added to this particular list that I have, which means I have 2 subscribers. If I had put in the right email address and then if I had subscribed, then yeah, it would have worked. So I've already done that. So if you go to my email address, which is this is my email address. So I have sent in an email to myself and then I approved it and then it got added here. I mean, if you have other email addresses, you can also try this. Okay, but for now, just go to sign up forms. Okay, go to embedded form. Copy paste this particular code onto your website and see if you're able to get this particular page. Okay, that is very important, which is this page. Okay. Yeah, I'll give you a quick 5 minutes to do this activity. Yeah, so Rikin, you wouldn't have selected the option that says text. If you've selected visual, then it would not work. So here in contact us, if you go to pages, then I go to contact us, you're supposed to select text. I think you missed an important aspect there. So if you select visual and then you put in the code there, it will not work. You have to use text, remove everything that is there and then put in the code. So yeah. Yeah. So Rikin and Jagdish, both of you are saying the same issue. Instead of visual here in the website, click on text and then put in that particular piece of code. Then it will work. And then click on publish. You should see the right changes. Okay. So basically, this is an inbuilt feature in MailChimp that you can use to go ahead and have forms on your website on which somebody goes ahead and puts in their details. It directly comes to the list instead of you manually doing it. This is a way of automating things. Okay. So you can test it with once it is up and live, you can test it with different email addresses, and you should be able to go ahead and do that. Okay. So what can we also do? Yeah. So what can you also do here? I mean, using MailChimp, you can set up your own branding options in MailChimp. So whenever you go ahead and send out any emails, you can go ahead and put out your own brand. Choosing the right template. So again, there are multiple templates that are available in MailChimp, you can use one of that. Crafting the subject, creating your content, and then sending the email. So let's look into these options as to how can you do that. So if you go to templates, okay, which means if I come here to MailChimp, and then let me go to templates. I can create my own set of templates. Okay, you can say just say create template. Okay, so basically either I can go ahead and have this format that I can see here and then edit it, or I can use certain themes that are already there. So if I say e-commerce as one of the theme, this is one of the themes, right? So I can go ahead and completely edit this. I mean, on a desktop, this is the way it's going to look like. On mobile, this is the way it would look. Okay, this is the template. Yeah. So I'm going to create a template again and say themes. Then I selected e-commerce, but yeah, let me see if there is holidays. Okay, this can be very good for the holiday theme. This one is looking good, so I'm gonna select this. Let me go to holiday and then probably this theme. If I select this, I can go ahead and edit it. So basically, this is a complete editable template. Okay. So here, I can just remove this completely. I can change. This is an image. I can change this. This is an image. I can change this. Is again an image. Is again an image. It's a reserved table. So basically, I can go ahead and change the entire content of the page to suit my needs. Okay, I can also add social media buttons here. I mean, if I want to add a block here, I can go and do that. So yeah, now I have social media as well. It says share, tweet, forward. So here I can just say the links for Facebook, Twitter, and forward it to another friend of yours. So yeah, I mean everything can be changed. Once the list is created, what I can do is I can save and exit. I can save it to say new template. I click on save. Okay, so the new template is created. Now again, what can I do? I can go ahead and export it as HTML and then go ahead and I can create a campaign with this new template. I can just say create a new campaign with this template. Where am I sending it to? To which list shall we send it to? Subscribers, the entire list, send it to a saved segment, send it to a group, paste emails, and to build a segment. I can do any of these and I can click on next and it will send it to all the people in that particular list. As simple as that. Okay. So yeah, that is about creating templates and then sending it to a group of people. So yeah, that's what you're saying. Start off with this if you do not know what to do, which is a basic template. Browse through this if you want to experiment, which is a theme. Do this only if you know HTML. If you know HTML, you can use your own code here. Okay. So what are the best practices for email marketing? 1 minute, guys. I'm just checking. Okay. We have quite a lot to cover today. Okay, so before we move forward with best practices, just go to that particular template and just see how it looks. I mean, I'll give you a quick 2 or 3 minutes. Just go through that and then just see how it looks. And you can create a campaign from there and also send out emails. So yeah, before we move forward, just go through that and just have a look at the that particular option. Okay, guess we can go ahead and continue. All right. Okay, so what are the best practices of email marketing? All right. So some of the best practices of email marketing is that you're very creative. Use a smart layout. Factor in that emails are now being read on mobile. So make sure it's not very cluttered. So make sure that emails are written with the help of HTML and CSS, not just plain HTML because they don't render properly. So do not just send an image with a link because it will not work. Okay. See if it can be relevant. Always customize the email to be relevant to the user. Use their name at least if you don't know anything else about them. So I mean, customization really helps. So as I said, email is a one-to-one communication. The moment you start addressing the emails with their name, they have higher viewership, right? So use their name at least. I mean, if you don't know anything else about them. So incentive, the email should outline the benefits of the customer for doing the call to action. If you want an action to be taken by the customer, it should be outlined in the email as to why should the customer be even spending that amount of time. And timing, this is a very crucial thing, especially the timing. Sending the email of the middle of the day works better versus sending it overnight. Schedule your emails accordingly. So whatever emails that you send, depending on what industry you're in, they have different response rates. So I mean, anybody who's in e-commerce, your emails work the best on probably or on weekends, right? Somebody who's into business, your emails should ideally work better during the weekdays. So again, you have to figure out within the strategy as to what timing does wonders to your business. Okay. Now some more practices, best practices of email marketing. See if you can also integrate with other channels. So again, email marketing alone cannot be standalone. It has to work in tandem with other channels in their schedule. So again, if there is a new sale coming up in say Flipkart will try to do all sorts of marketing along with email marketing, not just email marketing. So it is important that you also augment email marketing into your marketing efforts when you're doing other channels as well. So copy, this is of the utmost importance for higher conversion rates. Do test out different versions before sending it to the entire list. Now again, whatever you write in the email, there might be a certain format, there might be certain words, there might be a certain color that might work really well in your favor compared to others. So please make sure that you experiment with different versions of this copy with the sample people that you have in the list that rather than just sending it to the entire list. Okay. And what attributes? Test out each of the email attributes before sending out to your list. So check if all the attributes are there, like the body, the subject, the sender, the footer. Check if everything is in place and make sure there are no errors. Okay. Landing page. So remember that whenever you're running a campaign or running an email-based campaign, do not link the email to your homepage because it would not help the customer. So do not link your homepage, send the readers to the relevant offerings page, perhaps even make a new one for your campaign. I mean, if you're launching a new campaign, by all means, it makes sense to create a new landing page as well. Or if it is for an existing product or service, probably you might want to redirect them to the right place so that when they click on the ad and then go to the landing page, they see all relevant information there. So how does writing a good email creative or a HTML template? So this is the way it should be. Design. Use of narrow design to work with all email clients. I mean, if the width should be less than 650 pixels, because if it's above that, then they will have to scroll on the right hand side, which is not a very good experience. So it has to be lesser than 650 pixels. Create well-defined sections. If you look at all of these templates, they have very well-defined sections to tell the user as to what this particular segment belongs to. Okay, and easy to brand. I mean, make sure that your all of your emails that you send to the customers has your brand logo, so that it becomes very easy to brand. Okay, that is the design part. What about the code part? So for code part, use tables and inline CSS, a strict no-no in the web world of today. So do not use tables and inline CSS because that will screw up the entire look and feel of the email. Okay, videos and Flash may not work. Use images with absolute paths. So again, if you're considering a good creative or landing page or a creative, video and Flash might not work. Try to see if you can do with good images, and JavaScript will not work. So never put in JavaScript in the email because it will not work. So do not put in JavaScript. And what is a copy? When I say copy, we're talking about the actual email itself. So try doing a lot of A/B testing. Try different tones: formal, casual, aggressive, informative. So if there's a particular product or service, try pitching that in a very funny way. See if that works. Try pitching it in a very formal way. See if that works. Try pitching it in an aggressive way. See if it works. So yeah, A/B test your campaigns. Try different tones and make it simple. So do not make the email to be a 5-page or an 8-page affair. Make sure it is very crisp, clean, and short. Okay. Divide the email into smaller paragraphs with clear actions defined with each section. So that is something that we saw in the templates, right? So they've divided the email into smaller paragraphs. It becomes easier for the user to read as to which section they want to concentrate. So repeat, but do not be repetitive. Repeat once in a while with the emails that you send to your customers, but don't keep sending the same email over and over and over again. It will not work. Okay. Okay, there's a new concept called as email retargeting. Okay, so basically the way it would work is you use your favorite email service to send your mailing list to an email. Once opened, your email drops a cookie in the browser, viewer's browser, and then once cookied, users will be able to see their ads as they browse the web. So it's just to be used in conjunction with display campaigns, which means that you go ahead and send out an email, and people who open that particular email, they will be tagged, and then you can start doing remarketing for the people who have actually opened the email. Okay, so track users who opens your email instead of users who visit your site will only work for webmail. Now again, this particular methodology of email retargeting would work only for webmail. It would not work for clients like Outlook or Thunderbird. So those will not work. Only people who open their emails on the browser, they will be able to go ahead and make use of email retargeting than somebody who has an email client. Okay, if somebody is using an email client, then forget retargeting. That's not possible. Okay. So another way is autoresponders. One way to automate your email campaigns, which is an autoresponder, which means that if somebody registers on your website, an automated email goes to them saying that, hey, thank you for registering on the website. Or you say that it's a 10-day free course, which means that user signs up on day 0, receives 10 emails each day consecutively. So there'll be multiple users with under multiple stages of the autoresponder, and the autoresponder will know what emails to send whom, and then it'll do the needful. Okay. So at the end of the campaign, have a call to action or offer. Now again, if you're sending them 10 days course, on the 10th day, you say that, hey, you know what, this was just a brief of whatever you've taught you, but if you want to really learn something more, please join our class. So very similar to what EduChristine can do as an institute is collect their email address, say that we're going to give you a 10-day free course. Every single day send out an email. On the 10th day, you send out another email that said that, hey, you know what, since you've actually gone through our program, we have another extended program for so and so. Would you be interested to join? Very likely, if you have enjoyed the 10-day free email course, then he'd definitely go out and join. Okay. Now this is a very, very interesting concept. It's called as drip email marketing. Okay. So how does this work? Is you analyze the prospect based on past behavior and then qualify hot prospects based on multiple interactions. So basically, if somebody sends an email, and if I send 3 consecutive emails and they're interacting with these 3 emails, which means that they're very interested in whatever I'm selling. But if they don't, then they go to the non-responsive list. As simple as that. So look at this. First introduction mail. Mail opened, you talk about advantages and features of the product. Mail not opened. Let's consider only mail not opened for now. Okay. If I resend the email with a different subject line, if the email is open, then it comes here. If it is not, then again resend with a different subject line. Again, if the email is open, it comes here. Email not opened, it comes to add to non-responsive list, which means that I sent them 3 emails to interact with them, but they did not interact, which means that they're not interested. Okay. So on the other hand, if the mail is opened, you talk about the advantages and features of the product. Now again, mail not open, I'll try to resend the mail with a different subject. If it's still not working, then it goes to the non-responsive list. Okay. But if it is open, you talk about the price and discounts on purchase. Again, mail is open, add to highly interested list, and then start running campaigns there. Or if the mail is not opened, I resend the email with a different email subject. Email opened, I'll classify them as a highly interested list, and then who do not show any interest, then yeah, I put them back to the non-responsive list. So yeah, this helps you focus on people who are actually interested in your product or service and then market it to them, than spending a lot of time on somebody who's not interested. Okay. So when you do an opt-in, try to see if you can also do a data segmentation. So having multiple lists or buckets or segments help identify potential candidates. Now again, I might have ran different campaigns for different opt-in data. So I mean, so there you'd see that, in the lead stage or based on customer life cycle, where is he? What is the geography of the customer? What is the demography of the customer? What is the product or offering that I have for all these people, and what is the past behavior? I mean, if you're talking about the past behavior, is it good? Is it bad? How does it affect my life? Okay, and that is geography, demography, product, and offering. So yeah, so this is split testing, which is the A/B testing that I was talking about. So yeah, ideas for split testing. You can send it on 2 different times of the day and see which one is getting more results. You can change the subject line on 2 different emails and send it to people and see how it works. You can also change the email text body and then see if it works. Okay. So if you have a question or a doubt as to where is my target audience, try doing an A/B test. Okay. Testing 2 versions of the email simultaneously. So if there are 2 different geos, see if you can go ahead and launch 2 versions of the same email simultaneously. Okay. Sample size is the same. So sacrifice a sample. So 5% of the entire list. So again, with this sample, you go ahead and send out different promotions, send out different emails, and then see how it works. Okay. And then you compare the results. So result has to be a single metric whenever you're sending out to a sample audience. It has to be a single metric. Test before sending an email to the entire list. So also with regards to the single metric, see how are they responding. And winner should be sent to the entire list. So whatever A/B testing that you're doing, out of which one campaign performs really well, you go ahead and you should send it the entire list. So this is an example, right? So he goes to this particular coffee shop or a brewery, and then subject A, subject line B. Okay, so group A gets 1 click, group B gets 25 clicks, which means that the campaign with subject line B is entire list. So basically, it's automating it. We're saying that depending on the feedback, go ahead and authorize certain transactions. Okay. Now again, another important aspect is the sending frequency, which is scheduling. Okay, so sending frequency is and email engagement are negatively correlated. When I say negatively correlated, at the bottom you see a chart, right? It's saying sends per month and then campaign click rate. If there are less than 4 emails that are sent per month, your campaign click rate is much higher. The percentages are much higher. Now, as you can see, if you keep, say for example, there's a company who's doing 30 emails in a month, which means that every single day he's getting an email, which might be very irritating, and he would not even read it, he would just throw it in trash. So yeah. So do not send more than 2 or 4 emails a month. I mean, email as a communication channel is very good. So yeah, do not, if you look at this, you will know that if you send more than 4 or 5 emails, your campaign click rate will reduce because it is negatively correlated. So yeah, you have to be very careful when you're sending out these scheduled emails. Okay. Let's talk about blacklists. Okay. Now, if the mail servers report spam, check feature in Gmail where you can go ahead and report a spam repeatedly for a particular domain or mail server IP. Multiple real-time blacklists are maintained to keep a track of such spamming domains. Okay, that's called as RBL. When a mail is received by the mail server checks against these RBLs, and if the domain is reported as a spamming domain when the domain is marked as spam. Okay, so basically, if you go ahead and send out an email to say 10,000 people, and if say 2,000 people or 3,000 people said that, hey, you know what, this is a spam. In that case, what it'll do is it will go ahead and block you in the real-time blacklists, and then it will directly go to the spam folder, not even come into your inbox. Okay, and just for this purpose, there are multiple real-time blacklists that are maintained to keep track of such spamming domains. So yeah, it's very important. Now, how do I check if somebody has blacklisted me? How do I know? You can use this particular website called as MX Toolbox. So if I come here, I go to Google. And if I just type in MX Toolbox, okay, come to mxtoolbox.com. What is the domain name? So look at this. This test will list the MX records for a domain in priority order. The MX lookup is done directly against the domain's authoritative name server, so changes to MX record should show up instantly. You check the diagnostics, which will connect to the mail server, verify reverse DNS reports, and perform a simple open relay check and measure response and time performance. You may also check with each MX record IP address against the 105 DNS-based blacklists commonly called as RBLs and PNSBLs.com. Okay, so if I go ahead and put in a particular domain, let me check my spam folder here. So say Levi's. Yeah, so look at this. So it is saying newsletters at education.pro. That means that I cannot trust this guy, whatever he says. So here, if I check this, see this why is this message in spam? It's similar to the messages that we detected in our spam filters. So we will click on find problems. Okay, so this is a paid program. So let's look at blacklist check. Yeah, notice that you're on a blacklist, which means that this particular website was listed as a blacklisted site, and that is the reason all of the emails are going to my spam folder. So basically, it has been marked as spam. Okay, so basically, if your emails are going to spam, this is one of the best places to come and check is mxtoolbox.com and then check for blacklist check and then see if you're actually blacklisted, because of which your emails are going to the spam box. Yeah, so this is something that we just saw, right? So check if the domain is blacklisted. I mean, you need to make sure that your domain is never blacklisted. Green is always good, red is not good. Okay. So what do you do when you get blacklisted? So first you find out which RBL is blacklisting the domain. If you're indeed sending so many emails, use a different domain, stop for some time so that it cools down. If you're not sending so many emails, identify the errand script, which is, and stop it. There are scripts in the email that might corrupt the data. So that and apply manually on each of them to do list to delist your domain. So in this particular scenario, there is this particular RBL, which is a different domains. If I come here, uh, okay, it's asking me to register now. Um, okay, so I'll just look it up against the blacklist again. Okay, now it is showing that it is good. So let me just go back. Okay, so this is on blacklist. If I click on detail, it's asking me to fill out a form, which I will not. Now let me check if I can go to this particular website. Okay, so this is the guy. Now I'll have to reach out to them, the spam and open relay blocking system. Okay, so basically I have to reach out to them and then say that, hey, you know what? I've not been spamming, it's just that I'm sending too many emails. Please unlist me. Okay, so apply manually on each of them to delist your domain. This usually takes time. I did not want your main domain getting penalized. So that is the reason go ahead and have additional domains to do this kind of marketing activities for you. Okay, so what are the measurement and metrics? I mean, what are the things that you would actually measure once you run an email-based campaign? So one is open rate. So the number of emails opened after seeing in inbox. Total number of emails opened divided by total number of emails delivered. So basically, I sent out 10,000 emails, out of which 9,500 got delivered, out of which only, say, 50% were opened. So that is the open rate. Okay, clicks. Number of clicks clicked within an email, number of times email links clicked divided by total number of emails opened. So basically, if there are 100 emails that are opened, how many of them actually got clicks? Okay, and then unsubscriptions. If you send out an email campaign for 10,000 people, how many people clicked on the unsubscribe option? Conversions. Number of people who convert on the website divided by the number of people who clicked. Not a factor of email, but definitely a factor of when sourcing the emails. So basically using this, you're actually testing the quality of the email list that you've received, or rather if you bought. Okay. So yeah, if you run a particular campaign and then say that send it to these people, you will see that there are two subscribers, out of which one opened, which is 50% open and 50% clicks. So this tracking is done by MailChimp. So you need not worry too much about it. You just need to go to campaigns and then see this and then run a particular campaign with the list of subscribers that you have. Okay, now this is as per the industry standards or industry metrics for the opening click and unsubscription rate for you know emails. Okay, so basically on an average, everything hovers between 20 and 30% as open rate. Click-through rate is anywhere between 1% to 4%, and then unsubscribed. So basically, if somebody send out an email with an email blast, how many people actually unsubscribe themselves? Okay, and then there is industry open click rate and unsubscribed. Okay, so multiple email campaigns. So when you're running multiple emailers, check whether the intent message is being sent to the right audience. So do not mix up things when you're running multiple campaigns on multiple audience groups. Make sure that the right message goes to the right recipient. And then check whether the same email ID does not get repeated and sent two emails at the same time. So yeah, also make sure the email address is not repeated. If it is once there, that's enough. Another repetition is not required. So give an emailer at least 2 or 3 days for reporting the data. So user behavior of personal email is different from promotional emails. Now again, if you send out a personal email, you can probably expect a response right away from your friend, but a promotional email will take some time. So give at least 2 or 3 days of time to collect the data and then analyze and then say that it did not work or not. Okay. So here is some case studies with regards to email campaigns. So Snapdeal did a similar product campaign. If somebody bought something, they would actually go ahead and say that this is a very similar product. So what they saw was 30% increase in ROI using retargeting campaigns. Now again, they also use retargeting based campaigns along with their email campaigns, and they saw 30% increase in ROI. There were 6 million emails sent per day, broad-based emailers. So to all the people who actually registered in Snapdeal, there are close to 6 million email that goes out almost on a daily basis. Okay, and then there's another website called as Chandu. He has 50,000 email subscriptions through opt-ins, which means that he never ran a paid campaign. Open rate was 35%. So whenever there was an email sent, the open rate was close to 35%, depending on what the subject line was. 100 plus conversions per email, promotional email. So again, if he sends out an email, what he expects is at least 100 plus conversions. Okay, and then along with this, they send 2 emails a month sent with useful content. If you send your customers with useful content, they would be more than happy. Okay, there are just 2. Okay. Now with this we complete the email part. We can go to mobile. Now before I continue, any questions so far? Anything that you want to know? Anything that you don't understand on what was just spoken all this while? Yes, no, maybe. Okay, no questions per se apart from this one question, which is Jagdish. Okay, so retargeting. Jagdish, I'm not sure if you've attended the retargeting. Okay, so the way the retargeting would work. Okay, so first thing is, have you attended the class for retargeting when the SEM was done? When search and marketing was done, have you attended the class for retargeting? Just say yes, no. Yeah, so that is the problem. So you would have to know what is retargeting to work. I mean, just to give you a brief of what is retargeting, say for example, Mintra sends an email to you with products or jackets, okay, in an email. And then you open that email, you see say 10 jackets there, okay. And then what that email does, it drops in a cookie on your computer. So no matter where you go on the internet, you will see those jackets being popped out again and again. So that is retargeting. You would have noticed, right? If you go to any of these websites, and then if you see a particular product and then you left that page and then you're going to other websites, you're still seeing the same products. How is that possible? That is retargeting. I mean, if you had attended the SEM, we also discussed on retargeting how it works. So yeah, very similarly, there is email retargeting as well. Just like the way you have retargeting for the website, you have retargeting for the email as well. That is retargeting. I mean, so what I would suggest is just go through SEM2. We've explained about remarketing there and retargeting. You should have a fair idea of as to what. Okay. Any other question, guys? Before we go to the mobile space. Okay. Not getting any questions. All right. So we'll do mobile. It should take anywhere between 45 minutes to an hour to complete this. So let's do this. It is 12:48 right now. Let's take a very quick break for like 10 minutes and let's come back by 1 and we'll finish off with mobile. Okay. So very quick break for 10 minutes and I'll see you guys back by 1 o'clock.